Okay, so to catch everybody up who hasn't been following this, or who maybe if you're new to this, hi, my name is Jacob. I am a 3D artist and I own a 3D printing business called JK 3D Productions. I sell cool little 3D printed things like these that you can see on screen. And I am making a game in Unreal Engine. And I have like very little experience in Unreal Engine. So today I'm going to be learning a little bit more about Unreal Engine and trying to continue developing my game. So let's get started. So update on the game, I redid the grabbing system again. It's because I liked the idea of it being a physics object when you pick up the items, but I didn't like the idea of it constantly being a physics object, and it just didn't work out in the long run for me, because I wanted to be able to put down an item and have it stay there, but also be able to, you know, if I have to, just throw it across the room or something, you know? So here's what I did before this. I still saved that other grabbing loadout in case I need I want to change my mind again. Something that I've actually been using a little bit more now, I'm using ChatGPT or DeepSeek. Right now I'm using DeepSeek to kind of teach me how to do the coding thing, because like, don't get me wrong, these tutorials are really useful, especially this one. The issue is that they don't usually label their titles or their videos very well. So this video was actually super helpful. The UE4 grab object with gun, gravity physics gun. This was super helpful, but because it said grab object with gun, I was thinking that's not useful. I scrolled past this video at least 20 times, but I never clicked on it until just recently. And I ended up actually using DeepSeek to help me and just trying to figure out like what I want, or not what I want, but how to do what I want. So it taught me that, for one thing, setting everything to no physics. Like by default, whenever it spawns in, there's no physics on any objects. And what I'm actually going to do, or what I can do, is I can simulate physics and have it on by default. And whenever I pick up an item, it teleports directly to my character's location that I want it to be at. So now I'm holding it, and now if I click anywhere else, it goes directly to where I put it down at. I do wish I could make like a kind of an animation for it going to that spot, but I'm fine with this for now. And the coolest thing is that if I mess up, or if you put down an object like against a wall, you can just kind of like hit it against a wall and it falls down. I want to work on the mechanisms of the game a little bit more before I start working on making the whole environment and everything. I think I'm getting into it just a little bit too early, so I want to just really focus on getting the game mechanics down. And then I think I want to try to do multiplayer. I don't know if it like costs a lot of money to do multiplayer or if I can do it for free. But yeah, I really want multiplayer in this game, because I wouldn't personally play this game if it didn't have multiplayer. So I wouldn't want to make a game that I wouldn't want to play. To shorten it all out, AI is helping me make this game, which is really awesome. I do really try to use my resources. I try to, you know, Google stuff. I put it into DeepSeek and it's just saying, it's literally like having a Discord conversation with somebody. You just say, they like, you ask them a question. So my issue was, when I pick it up and put it down, it drops to the same rotation that I pick it up. I want it to be facing when I put it down though. And they say, got it, here's what you do. And there have been a few times where it would say, you know, grab a certain node and that node didn't exist, or this is good for getting the right idea. I still had to use a little bit of my own brain for some of these issues. I had to like problem solve myself for some things. I printed these out. It's a quick little update. I printed these like little mouse glides, because my mouse pad, and I have super sweaty hands, so whenever I rest my mouse, it would always rest my wrist like on the mouse pad, and then it would get super sweaty and then it would get sticky. So then I printed these out. These are called like wrist glides. You just put your hand on it, and then look at that. It keeps my hand off of the mouse pad, and for the most part it feels like it slides around pretty easily, so I don't have to worry too much about, you know, scraping or destroying the mouse pad. It's pretty smooth on the bottom. So I printed two. I printed one for my left hand too for the keyboard. Just being able to combine items. I think that's going to be my next big step. Is I have two items that I need to combine to make into an actual item that you'll be needing. So I set up my moving abilities. I can move and, you know, put this thing down and have it actually face me, and if I put it against a wall, then it drops. It's got it's got a physics on, and then it's always facing me no matter what. So this is good. Now what I'm gonna do, I guess I'm just gonna give away what this game is gonna be. It's gonna be a donut shop simulator. So I'm gonna have it so that whenever you pick up, this is gonna be the donut like powder, like donut mix. I want it to so that when you can have a bowl here, and if you pick this up and you click on the bowl, then the box disappears. The box, you know, destroys, and then the bowl becomes filled with donut mix. And then after that, I want to make it so that if you click on the sink, you get like, you know, donut batter, I guess. Okay, progress update. I have made the bowl. I made the bowl over here in Blender. I don't know why, but for some reason I have to like put it at the origin point or else it doesn't import into Blender or Unreal Engine right. So I have to put it down here at the origin point. And I've also made the bowl with flour inside of it because I want it to be just like 2 different meshes, and it'll just change to this mesh when you click on it. And then I made a new blueprint over here in Unreal Engine with the blueprint bowl. Literally all it is just, you know, a blueprint that I can call to for the bowl. And what I did is I assigned a tag for this blueprint and just called it bowl. So now I went into my grabbing mechanism and I made it so that after the second line trace, basically, you know, after you picked it up, then, you know, it does all this stuff. But then if you're holding, so that now you're already holding it. So let's say is grabbing is true. So you are holding something. Then it looks for the actor has tag, the tag bowl. And if it does have bowl, then if true, then destroy actor. Bomb them. So like basically if there is no tag here, if it doesn't have a tag bowl that you're clicking on, then just, you know, do the usual thing. But if it does have an actor, or it does have a tag called bowl, aka if I click on the bowl, then for now this is all I have. I have destroy actor, and then I have set is grabbing to false. Now I have my box. If I bring it over here to this bowl and I left click, it destroys it and it's gone forever. And now I can pick up this bowl. That was actually pretty fast. It's a kind of a lot of I fear that I'm getting into the what's it called? What was that game that the guy who did a bunch of if-then statements and the game ran poorly because of it? Yandere Simulator. That guy who like coded really poorly and made everything just if-thens. I'm worried that I'm doing too much of that, but I think this is the only way that I could do that because I'm just looking for, am I grabbing something? Yes, cool. Am I grabbing something and that thing is a bowl and I'm clicking on that thing and it's a bowl? Yes. Okay, then destroy. If no, then, you know, detach. I can't think of any other way to do this other than a branch or if then statement. So this is what I'm going to be doing for now. Now I got to make it so that whenever I click on the bowl, replaces the bowl with the flower bowl. Quick extra update. I just realized that if I did this method, then it would have like destroyed the actor no matter what I was holding. So instead what I did was I added a new variable called holding donut box, and I made that a new Boolean variable. So now if I hit the actor and the actor has tag donut box, I added this one, actor has tag donut box. If that, I put that into another branch. If it's true, then I'm going to set holding donut box to true. Again, I feel like I'm entering Yandere dev territory where I'm just doing if then. So I hope I don't do this too much, but for now, this is like the only thing that seems to be making sense so far. But maybe I'll learn something new along the way, but until then, this is how I'm doing it. Finally, I got it working. So what I had to do was in my bowl blueprint, I had to create a function. I didn't really understand what it was saying when I had to do this, but yeah, I had to create a function and I called it change to flower mesh. So then this function is basically going to set the mesh of the bowl. So I have the bowl, that's like the default, like what it is now, and then set static mesh just changes it to a different mesh. So for the new mesh, I made a new variable called bowl with flower, and I did that in the event graph, where is it? In the construction script rather. In the very beginning, just set a new variable, bowl with flower, static mesh, and then just set it to be the bowl with flower mesh. Whole lot of like overlapping names. I don't know how people deal with this. It's kind of annoying, but I did that. So now that's the variable, and that variable is the new static mesh. And then in my main, blueprint for the actual character. I added a cast to BP bowl to the blueprint, and after that cast, this happens after I destroy the donut box. After the cast, I change it to flower mesh. So I called the function, which is, you know, this function. I called it after you destroy the actor, then change it to flower mesh, and then set is grabbing to 0. I have it so that when I pick up a bowl or the donut box, you know, I can put it down wherever. And then if I come over here and click on this bowl, bam, it becomes a bowl of flour. I need to adjust the bowl of flour like origin point because it's kind of messed up, but yeah, look at that. Now it's a bowl of flour that I can carry around. Awesome. And then I don't know if I want that, where it just like becomes a physics object and then it just like, you know, destroys like that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I kind of like it as long as there's no way for the items to just completely disappear. I kind of like that, so I might keep that. But yeah, there we go. We got a bowl of flour. I wonder if there's a way I should make it so that like if there is already flour, then the donut box should do nothing when you click on it. I might have to do that. So like I said, I wanted to make sure that if you already have flour inside of the, you know, the bowl, then I want to make it so that if you try to do it again, nothing will happen. So I actually did a print string. You can see up in the top left, it says already has flour. So now you still have the box, and it still sets that you're still holding the box. So you can just put it back down. Awesome. In the blueprint for the bowl, I made a new variable, a new Boolean variable for isBowl with flour. Get the isBowl with flour variable, and then here I go again using the branch. If the isBowl with flour is false, then, you know, basically like it doesn't have flour. Destroy actor, change to flower mesh, set is grabbing. If it does have flour though, so if it's true, then I gotta figure out how to put like, you know, actual text on screen. But for now, just put print string already has flour. Really simple thing, took me like a few minutes to figure out, but really awesome that I got this working so quickly. I think I'm getting a little bit better. And of course, I can't, you know, take all the credit. I am using DeepSeek AI to teach me a little bit about how to do this stuff. I feel like that's a good way to use AI, is to, you know, figure out the questions to your very specific problems that you can't really just Google. I mean, I probably could Google this, but it would probably take like weeks of going through a million different links that are completely irrelevant. So this is probably the best way to, I think this is the best way to learn. So now that I got that, now what I have to do, my girlfriend brought up a good point. We got to make a way to destroy, or not destroy, but like get rid of the flour. So like, say if I have a trash can, I want to be able to just, you know, click on the trash can and then it turns the bowl back into an empty bowl. But I'll get to that later. Right now what I want to do is add a water, like add a sink or something. And when you interact with the sink, then this becomes dough. So let's try that out. But that's where I'm going to end today's video off. Wanted to end this video a little bit earlier, but it's been like probably 3 weeks, I think, since my last video, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. It feels like it's been forever, and I really wanted to get a video out showing like, you know, my current progress, but I feel like I wasn't making any progress at all. That's the thing with game dev, is that like, I feel like I do so much, but I don't get any progress done whatsoever. Anyways, I learned a lot. I'm still learning a lot more. I don't know if I'm doing the right way of doing this, because I feel like I'm doing like 7 if-then statements just from picking up an item, and I feel like my whole game is going to be based around picking up the button, or hitting the button to pick up stuff. So I'm hoping that I learn a new method, or maybe there's another method, or maybe just someone confirms to me that this is the right method that I'm doing. It is a little nerve-wracking because I'm not sure if I'm doing it right, but for now I'm happy with where I'm at. I just need to do a little bit more like deep diving into learning more about shifting meshes and turning different meshes into another mesh. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's anything you want to see specifically, maybe gameplay, or maybe what you want to see in my game. But other than that, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, or night. Check out my Etsy shop, JK3D Productions, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.